Good morning, friends. This is Sal in Reisterstown, Maryland, signing in here on this beautiful Friday. And I wanted to share with you guys a couple of things that I've been thinking about, especially at the start of the school year. We have the soccer season and other fall sports starting soon. So some of the things that I share with you, I hope are helpful and inspiring for any athlete and for students going back to school that have, brand new teachers, new classes, projects, things to look forward to. So let's get started, folks. So as I like to start my videos, I tell people a little bit about my story. I started playing soccer on rec fields. I had a professional soccer tryout back in June in Upper Marlboro, and they told me to work on some things, so unfortunately I didn't sign. And it's been a wonderful process. It's been worth it because football for me is a great source of joy and passion in my life. And taking some time away from competing in a combine, I've tried to make more sense of all of my experiences playing soccer, rec field, studying the game, talking with other players that have similar goals to myself, that it's such an important time of the year that I can draw back on experiences when I was in school, whether it was middle school or high school. Without me being aware of it, this time of year, I was essentially building my team, my core team that I was contributing to, but they were also contributing to me, right? I'm playing with the same guys week in and week out, traveling on the school bus together, and really looking up to our coach. And I had many wonderful coaches while I was in Garden City. And even before then, when I was younger, playing for the Franklin Square Raiders. Isn't that right, Charlie? So, at the start of a new season, at the start of a new school year, we know what we're good at, okay? But what I like to share with other people is, especially at a team, for a team sport like soccer, I like to acknowledge that not only do I have certain growth areas going into a season, I want to take at least one or two risks. I would want to say to my coach, I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do to improve my game. I would be open to learning a different position or two positions or being your assistant. What would that entail, right? And I would not want to communicate that to my coach in the moment. Coach, make me your assistant. Coach, I am changing from this position to that position. Okay, because what's important here is that I also allow my coach the time and energy to think about what's best for the team, as well as he might have something planned specifically for me that day to work on, in which I could be surprised and it might in fact improve my game, and that could end up changing my mind, right? So when I'm thinking about my team, when I'm thinking about my individual goals cannot supersede the team goals, because then that's not a right fit. Okay. It'd be like me in a class. If I feel like the class or a workplace is holding me back, that's because I'm not able to address my individual goals in that place, right? So, for me, it's been a really long, drawn out learning experience, and the energy that I like to bring to the table is that I am learning, and that at least I'm going to start the day with the attitude of I want to help someone. I want to help someone else. Okay, it's not all about me. Okay, because what ends up happening is at some point down the line, I'm going to end up on a team where I may not bring my best game, and I'm going to rely on my teammates to take the wheel, but also for them to coach me, for them to be able to coach me where I'm not feeling like a nobody or like a victim. Because if I'm a good team player, they're going to know what to say to be supportive of me and to not be pointing fingers. And what I've learned at the rec level is things are quite disorganized, because these sorts of conversations don't really happen very often. A rec team getting started, there really aren't conversations of I like to play midfield. This is for an example. But if you need a forward every now and then, I'm comfortable playing up top. What if we're short a keeper? I'm willing to help out. Or I know so-and-so plays keeper, so let me ask him if he will help out, or her to help out, and then you can put me down as the third keeper, and so on and so forth. Or captain, if you can't make it to a game, and there's some sort of updates while you've said or decided you're not going to be able to show, are you going to be able to communicate that to the rest of us? Or is that something that the assistant captain might have to do, right? So ultimately, at the rec level, these are the experiences that I've had most recently, where the focus of play is really to make the most of the time on the field, right? But we start to separate ourselves from the rec level of competition, moving upwards, when these sorts of conversations are more natural and spontaneous, or there are trainers and coaches and assistant coaches, or captains and assistant captains that are aware of these conversations that need to be taking place, or these players and coaches are doing their own training and their own development, and are addressing these areas, and making the situation more helpful. Okay, making the situation have more avenues for success. And the more avenues that we have for success, and we are playing at the level we feel most comfortable at, we're going to have fun. We're going to feel confident. We're going to feel like we're supported. The fans are going to notice. The team's going to, have this level of energy. It's going to have a buzz, and the people of the town can know that these guys are the real deal, or they're working on it. Okay, so. These little things that I've thought about throughout my time playing, and honestly just trying to be an athlete. Athletes find any little thing to turn it into motivation. I wanted to start my day trying to be helpful to you all, because you all have been helpful to me, right? So remember, guys, that the game takes place one pass at a time, one play at a time, right? So I'm passing the ball to you guys just like you guys pass the ball to me. Let's keep exchanging ideas, all right, and let's stay motivated throughout the season. Thanks, guys.